Hi guys! Welcome back to Money and Chi. And today, ang didiscuss natin is SEC or Semirara Mining. And if you haven't subscribed yet guys, please subscribe and hit the notification button para palagi kang updated. Of course guys, if you want to join my Patreon account, you can join my Patreon account. The link is here and in the description box. So what you will gain out of it is actually you can have advanced videos of me, of Money and Chi, for the whole month. I will also put there my portfolios in Philippines and in US, or in my eToro account, and I have a weekly action plan where I put there what to buy, what to sell, and those stocks I actually invest myself into. So whatever, you can copy my investment if you want to. Yeah, if you're ready, let's start now. Okay guys, so one of the stocks that are always requested is SEC, and probably you'll also see that a lot in my comment section. They always ask for SEC. One is because it has a very good dividend pay, right? So if you're a dividend investor, then SEC is one of the stocks that you are so into. If you're ready, what is the thing that we do in our fundamentals analysis? It's the ABC strategy. So for A, let's do the analysis or analyze right now. Okay, so for analysis, of course, the first one is qualitative analysis. In terms of qualitative, of course, we check the management. And the management, of course, SEC is owned by DMC or David M. Consuni. Kala nyo kung ano yung DMC, no? So, DMC is David M. Consuni, which is the founder of DMC, or DMCI, diba? So, the DMC is the mother company and one of its subsidiaries, SEC or Semirara. So, ano ba ang business ni Semirara? Semirara is a energy company. So, they have both supply of raw material, which is coal, and they also have power generation. So, pero yung power generation parang medyo bago lang siya. The core business before is actually the coal, okay? So, what is coal? What is coal? Ito ba yung coal kids? De, joke lang. So, coal, you use that for thermal power plants, diba? So, diba may oil, may coal, and then ngayon may renewable energy. But before renewable energy, there's actually coal power plants, and it's usually used for base load. Ang base load meaning this is the base. From the word itself, base, okay? So, kasi yung kuryente, meron niyang curve, diba? So, meron peak and then the base, okay? So, for the peak, we call that peaking plants, okay? So, nagsaserve lang sila kapag ka high demand. Kunyari, ano ba yung mga high demand na oras? Ito yung mga lunchtime, di ba? Kasi napakainit. So, lahat gumagamit ng aircon. Lahat namamalunch, lahat ng ate namamalunch at nanonood ng TV at the same time. So, maraming gumagamit ng kuryente during that time. So, those are peaking plants. So, if you are coal plants, then, nung ka sa base load, so ibig sabihin kahit na mag-fluctuate yan, meron pa ring mga planta na nag-ooperate 24 hours. So, those are base load, okay? And for base load, of course, dahil base siya, kailangan mas reliable yung source of energy mo. So, we use coal, and for that, you have to actually create a steam na magpapaikot sa turbina. We discussed this before in ASEN, diba? So, if you want to learn more about that, you can click on the link above. That's about ASEN, and you will learn about a little bit about thermal plants. And as explained before, for you to create that steam, you have to burn coal. So, coal is parang uling na pinangsisiga mo. Okay, so that coal, that coal is like the uling na ginagamit mo para mag-create ng heat. Diba? Para siyang uling, pero not really. Charcoal, diba? Pero it's just coal, no char. Char! Yan. So, so the thing is, because before I used to work in thermal or coal companies as well, bali-balita lang naman. One of the problems about Semirara coals is that the heating value is not that good. Okay, so the higher the heating value, it means that the better the better it is. Bakit? Kasi mas malakas yung, mas konting coal yung kailangan mo at the same heat, diba? Kasi heating value. And then there's also heat rate. So there's a component about that. And I just remember na hindi siya ganun ka ganda. So, and for you to create a power plant kasi that is huge, let's say 1,000 megawatt power plant, usually naka-design na kung anong heat rate at saka heating value mo for that plant. And if the coal of Semirara is not the same with that, so usually they have to mix it with some other better quality coals so that they can obtain the same heating value that they need. And therefore, anong problema nun with regards to the business, diba? The problem is, konti lang yung masusupplyan mo. Diba? Either yung mga power plants na before nila dinesign yon is nakakontakt mo na sila, ito magsusupply ako sa'yo, ganyan. So, magsusupply ako sa'yo. So, dapat ganito yung heating value, ganyan. So, yun yung magiging problem. The good thing about Semirara is that they know this as well. So, what they did is they created their own power plants para naman, syempre, yung supply ng coal plants nila is actually mapupunta doon, diba? And they have subsidiaries, they have corporate partnership, ganyan. They use that for them to be able to supply, diba? And to, gamitan na lang ng connection. So, DMC has a very good connection and partnership with other companies. Of course, it has it's been there for the longest time. It's actually, DMC is actually the oldest construction company in the Philippines. So, as you can see, kung gawa ka ng building, malamang nakadil mo si Consunyi, diba? So, and because of that, it's a very good indicator that DMC has, or SEC as well, has a very good report in terms of the business in Philippines. So that's one thing. That's a good thing. Of course, Consunyi, the management is good. They have good businesses as of the moment, and that's the reason why they have good dividends, diba? They have good earnings and they can release that earnings as dividend. So I will show you the annual report, and you can also see this, and I will also put the link below where you can find it so you can read it and you can learn more about the project, about STC. So I know that some of you guys are thinking like, paano yan? Nag-release na si DOE na wala ng coal. Puro renewable energy. Hindi na mag-approve ng coal. So, what is the effect on DMC or SCC at least? So guys, as you know, of course, they already have contracts. So the contracts usually for this coal supply lasts for 2 to 5 years. Sometimes they hedge it, ganyan. Pero most of the time, it's contracted, diba? And as I mentioned before, usually the power plants designed based on the heating value and heat rate of the coal itself that they plan to source it. So of course, DMC is one of the local source. So if you want to import, diba? Kung gusto mo mag-import, that's good. Pero like for example, there's a problem in terms of supply chain. Kagaya niyan, di ba, nagkaroon ng problema sa pandemic. So of course, magkakaroon ng problema sa supply niyan. And DMC is locally placed here in the Philippines, so they can actually supply to local, unless if they have extra, if it's not contracted. But of course, that's what you're looking at. If those plants that are already running, and it will take 20 years before those plants actually close. Okay, hindi naman siya agad-agad na tapos na. Okay, RE, wala nang coal. Of course, hindi ganon, guys. As you know, there's an energy transition. Hindi naman kinabukasan solar na lahat. Hindi mangyayari yon. Una sa lahat, solar is not that reliable dahil nagsispike yan. So, kung gusto nyo na 100% solar kayo at walang battery, dahil ang battery is mas mahal pa sa solar, guys. So, kung walang battery, masisira lahat ng appliances nyo. And kung mag-add naman kayo ng battery, pagkamahal-mahal. Dahil ngayon, mahal na mahal pa siya. At bukod doon is, these resources will also finish kasi minamina rin yan, diba? Hindi naman siya, baka lang or something like that. So, these resources are used by parang mining, diba? Like, for example, battery has cobalt, and there's, I think, only 3 countries that has that. Or I'm not sure. Based on my research before. Pero, it's not that reliable as of the moment. And mostly, you can see that in other countries as well, that they are saying na we will be 100% green energy by 2050. Okay, let's just say that it's possible that you can be 100% RE by 2050 at some point. Then that's around 30 years from now. So it means that even if there's coal, don't worry about it because it's gonna take 30 years before they actually close. And by that time, probably SEC has found its way to actually transition as well from coal to probably renewable energy. Maybe yung coal plants, they can change into biomass or biogas or whatever technological way that they can. But of course, at the end of the day, they will be having plans about it, okay? This is one important thing that I saw that is really good is dun sa value chain nila. So they have one, exploration and development, and they explained it here. The location, volume, and quality of coal deposits are determined by conducting geological investigation. Yeah. It's the same with geothermal as explained last week or last company video. Semirara Island in Antique has the largest coal deposit in the Philippines. Stakeholders' engagement is vital on how we conduct business and achieve better project outcomes faster, blah blah blah, whatever. And of course, the second one is extraction. Ito na yung in-extract na nila yung coal. Then the next one is stockpiling. Ito yung ini-stock nila. Stockpiling or the storage, diba? So, I remember na nag-work pa ako sa Team Energy, and sometimes may we have this huge land, and then that's where you put the coal kasi there's a proper way of handling your coal as well. Hindi yun siya ilalagay mo lang sa bodega and everything. So, it has to be handled properly. It helps ensure a stable supply of quality coal. Yeah. Which results in uninterrupted operations and income stability for our stakeholders. Okay. Blending. The coal is segregated by quality requirements that meet customer specifications. So, ito yung in-explain ko kanina. Binablend nila yung coal ni Semirara with other coal. Pero I think Semirara has its tier din. Merong good quality to not very good quality coal, and they still blend that together. We deliver quality coal to ensure customer satisfaction. We aim to satisfy our customers through our product quality. Next one is rehabilitation. And I just want to emphasize this because I think I mentioned before that I don't really invest into mining company unless they have very good reputation in terms of rehabilitating their previous sites and their CSR. So what I like about SEC, and you can find it in their annual report, is that they really emphasize on how they protect the environment at least. And you know, there are a lot of mining companies but they don't really adhere, or even though there's DNR, alam natin na hindi naman lahat ng nag-audit ng DNR is audited well. And that's why there's a lot of problem in terms of our environment, our mga, tawag dito, yung mga mountains natin, diba? And alam ni Mama Gina yan, ni Mama Gina, na sa mga langit nawa, Mama Gina. At of course, yun yung pinaglalaban niya, diba? Na yung mga companies like this, they should follow the rules. Kasi bago sila makakuha ng service contract, they have these rules to follow na kailangan i-protect mo yung environment. Kailangan pagtapos mo ng minahan yung mountain na yan. Kunyari, diba? Kunyari, pit mining, diba? Kasi pit mining, hinuhukay mo, diba? Or tinatanggal mo yung... Siyempre, bago ka maghukay, tatanggalin mo muna yung mga puno, diba? So, pag nahukay mo na lahat, nakuha mo na lahat ng resource, iwanan mo na lang. 'Diba? Yun yung hindi maganda. So, actually, yung DNR has service contracts na dapat sa mga contract na to, dapat bago ka umalis, taniman mo ulit, ibalik mo sa dati. Ang tawag doon is rehabilitation, merong reforestation, may, nakalimutan ko yung mga ibang tawag-tawag doon. Pero, you have to bring it back to its previous state. Kung yung lupa na yun is puno ng puno at tinanggal mo at hinukay mo, dapat, bago ka umalis, taniman mo ulit ng puno. Okay? Yun yung requirements. And I just want to emphasize, at least in their annual statement, they're showing na they're doing their CSR to protect the environment. And that's very, very important for me as an investor because I look at that, ESG. So, in global markets, important yan. You can see ESG reports or grading kasi a lot of investors, lalo na yung mga funds, international funds, and we know that in Philippines, a lot of international funds are coming in as well. So, if they don't put a good report on CSR, those funds will not get into it. Diba? Hindi sila papasok dun sa investment mo. And that's very critical. And that's why SEC is one of the, I think it's a good one. At least for me. Okay, so after rehabilitation, they have shipping, then combustion, generation, and delivery. So the good thing about SEC is they have the full value chain, diba? From coal to electricity generation. And we know naman if you get the whole thing, mas malaki yung kikitain mo than just doing the generation or just supplying, diba? Kasi makakat mo yung cost. And therefore, mas malaki yung margin mo. Alright? And I think that's one of the reasons why it's a good company because they thought about that, they were able to achieve that. And hindi lang siya masyadong sikat in terms of power, but it was able to do that. So this is the business structure that they have right now, and you can see that. And this is the market presence. As you can see, they also export to China and Taiwan, India, and Thailand. So, kahit na hindi sila masyadong binibili dito, they have international sales, which is good. Anyways, guys, so the next thing to do is quantitative analysis.
Okay, so in terms of valuation naman, as you can see, the price went down from 2015, it was 34, and by the end of 2019, it was 22. And now it's around 11. So parang 50% off from close niya in last year, 2019. In terms of earnings, the earnings is slightly higher than the earnings 5 years ago. But from 2015, it went up and then slightly down in 2018 and grabe yung down niya in 2019. Diba? So, in terms of earnings, medyo hindi siya maganda. And we can also see by 2020 na, of course, it will also go down. And hopefully, it can recover 2021. So, right now, if you're gonna buy it, definitely, it's gonna be low kasi mababa rin yung earnings niya. But if you wait longer, maybe in a year or two, it can recover. So I don't see any fast recovery with Semirara Mining. And dividend also went down. So the best dividend is 2017. Bongga. And in 2018 went down and it went down in 2019 as well. Of course, because of the declining earnings as well. Pero I think it's because of the rehabilitation of the two plants that they have. Of course, if you have loan for that, magiging tax shield siya and everything. Okay?
Okay guys, so tapos na tayo sa A as analyze, and then now we move on to B or broker's recommendation.
Okay, so the first one we're gonna look at for broker's recommendation is First Metro. And they have, but this is October 30 and now it's November 16. 15, so it may be different. So they just said that the last traded price that time is 10.3. Actually, I want to buy that time. But hindi pa ako bumili? Well, 11.5 na siya ngayon. Consensus target price is 19. And upside is around 84. So, this consensus price, hindi naman palagi nangyayari yan. But if everybody thinks that way, then it might go that level. So, for that lang, just be careful. Don't think as is. And we'll see sa charting kung ano ba talaga yung dapat.
Okay guys, so the next thing to do is letter C. Tama ba? C or dito? Okay, but we have to do the charting now.
As you can see, the last time that it was 10 is, or at its current price is 2010. Around this area. 2010. So for me, this is actually a good price to buy because this was 10 years ago price. It's that discounted. So yeah. And aside from that, you can also see that it just crossed above its 50 MA, so it started to become bullish. So I would definitely probably buy when it touches this 50 MA, and then hopefully it crosses this yan. So for me, I think chart wise, it hasn't really moved up since it hasn't really moved up since March nung nagbaba siya ng grabe, di ba? So I think it's still a good time to enter, and medyo mabagal siya mag-react sa market. So right now kasi nagtaasan na lahat. So this time we can use this. So for chart, I think this is a good time to buy.
So far as we can see, mukhang good naman siya in terms of it's priced right now. So kung ang PE noon is, but definitely the PE will actually be almost the same kasi medyo bad yung earnings this year. As we all know, maraming plant ang nakasara, and therefore the supply is not that good. And of course, that will hurt the earnings, diba? But it's the good time to buy now, habang mura pa siya. Tapos next year, once everything is normal, then you will expect the same return as it has, like let's say 2019, and with a lower price that you bought this year dahil mas mura pa siya ngayon, diba? So, and the reason why it's mas mura is because you are discounting the fact na hindi magkakaroon ng dividend, probably baka hindi dividend by the end of the year. Syempre, you think that the company is not doing well, so i-discount mo rin yung price na yon dahil of course coal nga sila, diba? And there's a transition to RE as well. So maraming investors are actually discounting it, and that's why it's very low. So let's see. Okay guys, so hopefully you learned something new again today. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe and share it with your friends. So if you guys wanted to join my Patreon account, you can find the link here. And it's actually in my description box. You can find it there and click there and join my Patreon account, so you will have ahead of time video. And of course, I will put there my portfolio, what to buy, what I will be buying, and what I will be selling. So you can join me as I buy stocks and I sell it and something like that. So you can do position trading with me. So my annual required return is 20%. As I explained in my last video, the rule of 72, that's my IRR. So that's my goal every year. And if you want to join me for get 20% goal every year, you can follow my investment strategy or the stocks that I will buy and when to sell, when to buy it, when to sell it. And of course, guys, if also you wanted to invest on global market, you can join me in my eToro account. I have the link below as well. You can help me and click there and open your own account. So you don't have to load immediately, or you don't have to deposit any amount. Just click on that link below and open an account and see what's happening in the market. You can find me. My username is chichow. It's here as well. You can find it. And you can see what I'm doing there, what are my portfolio, where am I invested, and you can copy me in the future if you want to. It's up to you. And that's it, guys. So hopefully I help you today. Okay, so thank you so much and have a great week.